What's up YouTube, it's your boy Grassy TV coming at you with another video for Hero Siege 2. With the rise of new and returning players in Season 4, there's a lot of players that are feeling rather broke. And with the inevitable inflation in the market, acquiring some of your in-game items seems very daunting as they're very expensive. But alas, today I'm going to share with you some quick tips on how you can make money in Hero Siege 2. That way you can farm out those items and make your dream build. But first, if you aren't subscribed to the channel and you enjoy Hero Siege 2 content, be sure to hit that subscribe button to keep up to date with all of my future content, as well as go check us out on Twitch. We are live there every day blasting the season and having a ton of fun. Without further ado, let's get started. The first and most important tip I can give you in this video is that town is lava. Get out of town. If you are in town simulating your build's DPS for the 50th time today, you are not making money. If you're the type of person that needs to go to the trade house every single time that they drop any item to check the price on it, you are not making money. The game gives you a personal tab whenever you create a character. Throw it in the personal tab and come back at the end of the day, pull things out and list everything all at once. I promise you this will save you a ton of time and will help you make more money in the long run. If this is your first character of the season and you're just making it to hell, one great way to make some early cash to pick up some of the cheaper items is just pick up mythic items off of the ground. More specifically, S tier mythic items. These will sell from anywhere between 1,000 gold to 3,000 gold. This is very strong to be able to accumulate some of those cheaper items to push your build into Hell 3 very quickly. This is also a pro strat for season start because a lot of items are very cheap that you can snipe very quickly before everybody else. While you're doing this, make sure that you have a good highlight filter to find bases for rune words. If you find a +3, 4, or 5 to all skills, or maybe a +4 or 5 to a specific skill type, these bases can be very expensive for rune words. Some really good areas to farm for mythic items and bases at the same time are going to be the Forbidden City dungeon in Mosaratham Desert Act 3 and the Rat Den in the outskirts of Vanoia in Act 1. You could also speed clear satanic zones during a good hour. Note that I said speed clear. If it takes you 3, 4, or 5 minutes to run a satanic zone in Hell 5, you need to be dropping the difficulty and going down to even Hell 1 if you have to speed clear those zones. The more monsters that you kill per hour, the more rolls that you're getting for items, the better chance that you have of finding heroic items. I know a lot of people get in this mindset that they need all this magic find. That's true, you do need a balance of magic find. However, clear speed is always king over magic find. If you need more information on this, I do have a video about magic find. I will link it in the description below. Be sure to check that out. Chaos Towers, believe it or not, drop a ton of keys that you can use for key dungeons, as well as they have a pretty good heroic drop chance. One of the first Teriel's chest pieces actually came from a floor 10 Chaos Tower. There is good loot here, but I think it's also important that you have a decent clear speed build to be able to run through these. And if your build can handle it, Hell 5 King Rakul can drop some insane items. They are very expensive, so if your build can handle it, definitely farm CTs. One really strong way that you can do this is actually through the Bifrost key. Because Bifrost gives you a chance to go into a Chaos Tower, so you could actually chain Chaos Towers very fast doing this. While on the subject of Bifrost keys, there are a couple other things in the Bifrost that can definitely make you some money. First of all, if you don't have a Vanaheim quest on, make sure that you always have a Vanaheim quest and that you are either getting a boss carry to kill her in Hell 5 for her loot or doing it on your own. Either way, if you do not have a Vanaheim quest on at all times, you need to. Another great thing about the Bifrost is you can actually chain Uber bosses. So if you're looking for a way to get into Uber Gabriel, you can use this as a tool to get Uber Damien, Uber Reaper, and Sung Lee through the Uber boss select. From here, you have a chance to drop any of their souls, which can save you a ton of time. As well as all of these bosses do have their own boss drops that you can sell, and they have souls that drop for Uber Gabriel. If you're not comfortable doing Uber Gabriel, you could always just sell these souls. If you do have a build that's capable of doing bossing, running a rotation with 3 other people for act bosses is a really good way to get all of your mats for Uber Damien. You can actually either go run Uber Damien and try and get the souls so that you can continue going to Uber Gabriel, or there are people that just will sell mats. You and 3 of your friends could chain run these bosses and sell the most expensive mats into the market, letting everybody else take the risk of running Uber Damien, trying to get souls, as well as put all the risk on them to get a good drop from Uber Gabriel. And another advantage of doing this with a group is that you have more chances of dropping soul gems from each of the act bosses, as well as their respective rings, and some of these rings are still pretty expensive. As well as if you're a confident bosser, you could also just sell bossing services. At this stage in the game, there are a lot of people that are re-rolling into alternate characters to try out different builds. This is a great way for you to make some money if you are a fast power leveler. You could always charge to power level a group of 3 other people, and if you're fast at this and get them to level 100 quickly, you can actually make a pretty decent amount of money per hour. The other day, I actually got power leveled, and I got from 0 to 100 in 22 minutes. The Ruby Garden was nerfed a little bit this league, but if you have some keys laying around, you might as well go run those. You'd be surprised how lucky you can get on a Ruby Garden key, or you can just sell these. Speaking of keys, if you have some laying around in your inventory that you know you'll never use, you might as well go ahead and sell these. However, if you enjoy doing key dungeons, you could buy some cheap, high quality glyphs to level up in key dungeons and sell these for even more. People will pay for convenience. A new build this season is people are actually doing gold find builds. This could be extremely profitable, and say Hell 1, you'll blast through the zones really fast, you'll have a ton of gold find. Things like runes, Bifrost keys, and angelic keys are not affected by magic find whatsoever, so you'll get tons of these being in Hell 1. I'm actually interested in making a gold find build to see how much you can maximize this. I've heard that you can make anywhere between 3 to 4 million per hour doing this, but it could be way more with some min-max. More on that later. And that's going to wrap up this video. Be sure to put your quick tips in the comments below on how players can make more money in Season 4. If you found this video helpful, be sure to leave it a like, as it does help me a ton. And don't forget to hit that subscribe button to keep up to date with all of my future videos. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time.